one that's like driving through the mountains.
Okay, so Rory has just picked me up from the Denver airport, and welcome to the Conscious Show on the Road clip. So
I'm Rory.
I'm Jesse. So we're having a conversation we just wanted to include you in.
Because it's awesome. It's an awesome conversation.
We think it's awesome, and
as
we
I
think
go
you
off
might.
the road.
And so we're talking about how he flew in last night. I just got off the airplane. I was saying I think that it would be
your window.
well, a little bit. I was saying that I wanted to roll it's all right that I have my window down because I need some fresh air. I was just on this airplane and it's stuffy in there, and he was like, yeah, you know, I got a headache. And when I was on there and it's stuffy and you need oxygen circulation.
76B onto Colorado Boulevard and CO2 toward you.
We're pausing for GPS coordinates.
Pausing for GPS coordinates.
Because we got to go to Whole Foods because
we're going to get some water so you get hydrated, and then decide whether we're going to eat at Whole Foods or support the local economy, eat at a local place.
Eat local.
We'll probably eat local. And so we were talking about how silly it seems to us that...
Fasten your seatbelts. Fasten your seatbelts.
Exactly.
How fast are we going? I think we're going... Well, here, I'm okay with the seatbelt because it makes sense. But on an airplane...
I'm actually only wearing mine because the thing will beep at me if I don't.
I love this man. I love this man. Speaking of silliness, I think I got a ticket last night because I went straight through a lane. Even though it was a green light, it should have been a turn lane, and I went straight through it. So light flashed. And so that's just another thing that's really silly. It's like I didn't hurt anybody, but I'm probably going to get a ticket in the mail. So the seatbelt's the same concept. It's like, why would you wear a seatbelt? Okay, sure, turbulence. You might bump your head, you might bump into somebody else.
On an airplane, right?
On an airplane. So it's not really for to save your life, more than likely. But more or less, it's there to keep you confined to a space and to be fearful about the potential things that could go wrong. And that's the problem, I think, with our society right now, is that we focus on what could go wrong as opposed to what could go right. And so for me, I was telling Jesse, it was really stuffy in there. The kid that I was sitting next to, he had some funky energy. I mean, he was all right. He was nice, but, you know, he was basically the kid in school that put his head on the desk because he took his tray down and put his head on the tray. And the other guy was watching some violent movie about boxing. So, you know, here I am trying to just enjoy it. And of course, why would they put windows to the left of you? Why can't they face the seats a little bit more towards the window so you can look out and see the beautiful world as opposed to seeing the back of somebody's head? I mean, how stupid and ridiculous is that? Makes sense only if you want to cram more people into that cylinder, that hollow dick they call a plane with wings.
Leonard calls it a sardine can.
Yeah, I totally get it. Totally get it. So anyways, my point is, sure, seatbelts are fine, but Jesse has a really good point about the instructions that the people could be doing, the stewardess could be doing on the plane.
Right, so instead of the seatbelt thing, because I don't really see a point in that, but it could be like, okay, people, now we're going to get some pranayama going here. Let's lighten these energy fields. All right, can I get an Om? All right, Om, yeah, and then some kirtan. And we just keep our emotional energy moving and flowing while we're on the plane, it would be a lot healthier. So I guess that's our thoughts on airplanes for right now. Oh, and Rory thought maybe plants. We should have
a house plant. Because part of the reason I got the headache wasn't just because the kid I was sitting next to, it was because I was breathing recycled oxygen. And most of it, basically the oxygen content decreased over time because we absorb oxygen and we put out carbon dioxide. So not having plants, you know, carbon producers, you know, the devil, is really retarded. I think I'm going to try to take a house plant in and see if the TSA will let me have a house plant. And I'll just have it in front of me and I'll just talk to it sweetly and love it. And I'll give it my oxygen and I'll give it my carbon dioxide, it'll give it my oxygen. And we'll fall in love on a plane together and we'll satisfy each other. We'll make each other grow instead of this bullshit of breathing recycled air in the sterile environment of the laboratory and all other things that are 21st century sardine cans. So, the more you know, the better you grow.
All right. So that's it. Live long and prosper. Lots of love.
That might be copyrighted.
Bye. Okay, well, if it is, you know that's from Star Spock. See ya.